Hello dear students, today we'll deal with a very interesting and important topic, the if clause. It is also called the conditionals. Before I explain the types of clauses or the types of conditionals and most importantly about the clause, it is very important that you understand the meaning of the term clause. Look at the example that is given below. I'll read the example for you. If Shiva studies well, he will get good marks. If Shiva studies well, he will get good marks. In Telugu, if is called ఒకవేళ. ఒకవేళ శివ బాగా చదివితే అతనికి మంచి మార్కులు వస్తాయి. ఒకవేళ శివ బాగా చదివితే మంచిగా చదివితే అతనికి మంచి మార్కులు వస్తాయి. హిందీ మే అగర్, ఇఫ్ని అగర్ అని అంటాం. Just look at the highlighted part in yellow. If Shiva studies well, right? This highlighted part in yellow has a verb, studies, and also the subject Shiva. Hence, this is a clause. If Shiva studies well is a clause. He will get good marks is also a clause. So what is a clause? Let us look at the definition of a clause. A clause is a group of words with a verb in it. A clause is a group of words with a verb in it. Let us look at the example sentence once again. If Shiva studies well, he will get good marks. If Shiva studies well is the subordinate or the dependent clause. He will get good marks is the main or the independent clause. I repeat. If Shiva studies well is the subordinate or dependent clause. He will get good marks is the main or the independent clause. In the above sentence, both the parts, that is the first part, if Shiva studies well, and the second part, he will get good marks, are clauses. But the first part, that is, if Shiva studies well, is a dependent or subordinate clause, and the second part, he will get good marks, is an independent clause. Now what is the meaning of these? Look at the first part. If Shiva studies well, if I leave this clause as it is, if I just say if Shiva studies well and leave this clause as it is, will its meaning be complete? No. What will happen if Shiva studies well? It has not been answered. We'll never know. It needs another clause to complete the meaning. That clause is the second one. He will not get good marks. This is called the main clause or independent clause because it has the complete meaning without any support or need of another clause. Hence, if Shiva studies well is the dependent or subordinate clause because it needs the help of the main clause to complete its meaning, and he will get good marks is the independent or main clause. Now let us look at the types of if clauses. As I had already told you, these if clauses are called conditionals. There are basically 4 types of if clauses. They are type 0 or the general truth. I mean, they express the general or the scientific truth, or we use them to express the general or the scientific truths. Type 1 possible conditional. Type 2 improbable conditional. Type 3 impossible conditional. The first type of conditional is called the type 0 conditional. That means it expresses the general truths or the scientific truths. First, let us look at the structure. As you already know, every conditional has 2 parts or 2 clauses. One is the dependent clause and the second is the main clause. The structure is if plus simple present, that is in the dependent clause, and simple present in the main clause. That is, both in the dependent clause and the main clause, the tense is the simple present tense. The type 0 conditional takes simple present tense in the dependent clause and simple present tense in the main clause. Now this will be clear with the help of an example. If you boil water, it evaporates. If you boil water, it evaporates. Here you can see the highlighted part in yellow is in the simple present tense. It is the dependent clause. The highlighted part in green is the main clause. It is also in the simple present as well. But the main point here is it expresses a general or scientific truth. And what is that? If you boil water, it evaporates. నువ్వు నీళ్ళని బాగా కాగబెడితే మరగబెడితే అది ఆవిరైపోతుంది. Let us look at one more example. If you put salt in water, it dissolves. If you put salt in water, it dissolves. Even here, the tenses in dependent clause and the main clause are simple present tense. The third example. If we heat ice, it melts. If we heat ice, it melts. Even here, in the dependent clause, we heat is in the simple present tense and the main clause, it melts, is also in the simple present tense. The second type of conditional is the type 1 conditional or the possible conditional. As the name suggests, it tells us about a possible condition. Now first let us look at the structure. If plus simple present, that is, the dependent clause has the simple present tense and the main clause has the simple future tense. That is the main difference between the type 1 and the type 0 conditional. In type 0 conditional we had simple present tense in the main clause, whereas in type 1 conditional we have simple future tense in the main clause. Now look at the example that is given below. If you study well, you will get good marks. If you study well, you will get good marks. Here you can see that the highlighted part in yellow is in the simple present tense. It is the dependent clause, whereas the highlighted part in green is the main clause. It is in the simple future tense. It expresses a possible condition. For example, if you study well, or for that matter, if anyone studies well or studies hard, there is every possibility that he or she will get good marks. Don't you think so? Hence, it is called the possible conditional. The second example. If Chandana gives the book, I will submit it to the teacher. If Chandana gives the book, I will submit it to the teacher. Even here, the dependent clause has the simple present tense, Chandana gives, and the main clause has simple future tense, I will submit. The third sentence. If we meet the Sarpanch, he will help us. If we meet the Sarpanch, he will help us. Even here, in the dependent clause, we can see the simple present tense. What is that? We meet. And the main clause has the simple future tense. He will help. Type 2 or the improbable conditional. That is, the probability is less. It may be possible, but the probability is very, very less. Now let us look at the structure first. If plus simple past, that is the dependent clause or the subordinate clause, takes the simple past tense, and in the main clause it has should or would or could or might plus the V1. That is the first form of the verb. This will be clear with the help of an example. If Shiva studied well, he would get good marks. Here, the highlighted part in yellow is in simple past tense. It is the dependent clause. And the highlighted part in green takes would because it is an improbable conditional. Here, I have taken the same example of Shiva that I had taken in type 1 or type 0 conditional. But here, assuming that Shiva is not a very intelligent boy, the chances of him getting good marks, even if he studied, become slimmer. Hence, we have used the improbable conditional. The second sentence. If it rained, the house could collapse. If it rained, the house could collapse. Here, there is a possibility, but the possibility is very, very less. The third sentence. If Taraka informed the authorities, they might take action. If Taraka informed the authorities, they might take action. The type 3 or the impossible conditional. It tells us about something that is not possible or impossible. First, let us look at the structure. If plus past perfect, that is, the dependent clause takes the past perfect tense, and in the main clause you have should or would or could or might plus have plus V3, that is the past participle form of the verb. Look at the example. I have taken the same example here again. If Shiva had studied well, past perfect tense, he would have got good marks. If Shiva had studied well, he would have got good marks. In the above sentence, the dependent clause takes the past perfect tense and the main clause takes should, would, could or might plus have. In this case, would have. It is evident that Shiva did not get good marks, isn't it? Here, we are saying that if Shiva had studied well, it means that he did not study well. Now Shiva cannot go back in time, study well and get good marks now. It has already happened and cannot be changed. Only regretting is left. Hence, it is the impossible conditional. The second sentence. If Taraka had informed the authorities, they might have taken action. It means that Taraka did not inform the authorities. The third sentence. If Chandana had given the book, I would have submitted it to the teacher. It means she did not give the book. Now let us do a few sentences from your textbook. Here, you are given some sentences where the dependent clause is given and you are supposed to add a main clause. First, I'll read the sentences as they are, then I'll give my answers. The first one. If I were asked to stay at home and do only household chores, some people say chores. If I were asked to stay at home and do only household chores, this is the dependent clause. The second one. If I had attended the function, I repeat, if I had attended the function, now you have to add your main clause depending upon the meaning that is given in the dependent clause. Now let us look at the answers. If I were asked to stay at home and do only household chores, the main clause, I would never do them. This is the main clause that I have added. The second sentence. If I had attended the function, I would have eaten at least 5 plates of biryani. This is the main clause that I have added. Now, I want you all to do the remaining sentences that are given in the exercise. Take it as an assignment. Hope you have understood the topic if clauses or the conditionals. I'll see you in my next video. Till then, bye.